Yo, so there we are. Let's see what'll happen tonight. So where did I leave this? Oh yeah. In the dark age of mineral mix. When we were smeltering bricks. Like primitive people. So this whole thing has to be rebuilt today. It's already something I do know. And we're going to work hard on that, I guess. So let's see. This stuff here needs silica and minerals. Alright. I need 3.125 mineral mix per second. Let's start using Helmod for these things. Doing these things by calculating it in my head is going to be a little bit too hard. So, looks like I can create mineral mix out of concrete and refined concrete too. Crazy. Mineral water made out of chemical waste. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So, here we go. 3.125. So, we'll need 0.7 bricks for that. Right. But the real problem is how to get that stuff in. The right numbers. Here. That's what I was looking into. Yep. I calculated everything correctly by myself. Brilliant. So we're going to go for we're using coke. So ugh. These numbers are higher than I like them to be. But then on the other hand, this will be like the majority of my ore production. Because that stuff will then be connected to this beautiful being. So, what's that recipe called again? Basic extraction. Okay. Doesn't work like that. So, well, let's I bet I find it here somewhere. Here, basic extraction. There we go. So, let's compute that by machines. Just want to know how much material do I need to bring up to feed one of these beasts. Okay, so 3.2 mineral mix. Oof. So that's quite unrealistic, honestly. Oh, wait a sec, this is a production of 3.2. Never mind. I had wrong numbers in my head. Now I confused myself. Well played. Now, I'll get out all these things there. So that means the zircon and the stone I'll gain out of that will be gains, because this is constructed to be a zero-sum game. Good. Steel, so happy to see you. Welcome. Happy Easter. Now that I see you or know that you're around. Cheers. Okay, so this is going to be easy enough. The real annoying part is that I have to deconstruct all of this yet again. I already deconstructed it twice. Or, no, once. I already deconstructed it once. I also created this wonderful little parlor. It's, I'm proud of myself. This is more like how I want it to be. With a little bit of individual janks here and there. We're creating fish, transforming it into oil, transforming that somehow into coal, transforming that into coke. Cheers. Chemistry. Oh. So, well. That means I'll have to deconstruct all of this yet again. So, is my inventory ready for that? I don't think so. Let's see. I got a shelter. Let's drop that down here. This is the bulwark of my civilized little realm here. Okay. So let's drop off all the excess weight. Stuff. So much stuff. Alright, we'll have to pick up all of this later. I hope I will. I know myself, but that's a different story. So let's pick up these ores again, because that's something that I want to process. So the difficult situation right now is that if I shut down all of this, I'll also shut down my income of plates and all. So I'll have to manage with all the stuff that I got right now to set up the new thing, because I won't get any new resources in the time being. But yes, we can make it all a lot more compact here. The only thing that must remain is here. This coke needs to be transported to these fish thingies. The rest here is entirely just my fledgling ore production. Okay. So I'll just deconstruct everything except this dude. Let's leave this one as last, or not that easy. I mean, I do have quite a nice amount of resource on my person, so situation has been worse. Way worse. Well, doesn't help. I need to start somewhere, so it's always difficult. Somehow it is always easier to build something rather than to deconstruct it again. Somehow. So we're going to leave. Let's leave the infrastructure here intact. I'll just mark them like that, so I know that they are basically unnecessary. Try it like that. So, let's see. Let's keep going and dismantle the big machines first. Maybe I just need to learn more about doing these things a little bit more relaxed. But I just realized that silica is something that we actually need. Huh. Because silica is another ingredient here in this equation. So how much silica do I need to push, actually? Good thing that I noticed that. So no, this will not go. This will stay. We will actually have to increase on that, as a matter of fact. Okay, so maybe I can keep a part of this old structure alive. So these are necessary again. Let's not block them. Okay. So let's deconstruct here. That's the lead production. So that means we're now out of pipe material. But this also will lower the amount of spaghettification here when I get rid of that. It's clearly visible that whoever constructed this had a lot of fun with the fact that he finally unlocked splitters. Jokes aside, it was a lot of fun to build that up, although it was horribly inefficient in the end. So here's the end of the line. I'll deconstruct this as well, because I'm extremely unhappy with how this looks like in the bigger picture. I want something organized. I want a cluster that's self-sufficient in its own. On its own. What you call it. No, here we go. This entire network will be going away as well. And this is the end of that line, which we totally don't need anymore. I mean, the good part about all this is I'm salvaging a lot of material back, which I can use for the reconstruction. Okay. So, here goes this. How much of this do I want to keep? I mean, this would be the dispenser for all the ores, and this thing dispense a hell of a lot of ore. So, is this a position that I actually appreciate or not? It's important. Let's remove all that unnecessary piping. I find it highly unlikely, honestly, that I'd appreciate that. So let's dismantle this anyways. I want to reconstruct this whole facility from scratch, and I just noticed that there's way too much jank going on here. I had no clue how many machines I really need. Therefore, everything has been slapped on top of each other. That's okay for starters. To understand systems, I love to work like that. But beginner phase is over. Let's make some real business here. Okay. So we got some clear fields to work with. It's way better. So the fish production is one necessary thing. We create the dissolver, which we're going to need for the creation of the mineral mix. So this part is already pretty much defined. And here I want to leave the space open for more steam production. So this is also an important part of my infrastructure here. So we can cut that down to this size. And here I got some gigantic buffer of silica going on, which I just don't want to touch for the moment. We can touch this though. So let's only leave the chests behind. And this is, by the way, the problem of buffers. That's why you should avoid buffering whenever you can. Sometimes, though, it is a necessary evil to keep systems from clocking up when you don't consume the production as quick as you produce it. But that always means that you need to increase the consumption of these goods somehow, or it's just gonna grow all over the place one day. Like green algae. C-block vibes. So, let's do the silica production on this side and the stone production on this side. So, we're going to need 4 machines in this regard. Rotate them accordingly. And here. So, I'll also produce some involuntary aluminum ore. Something that I need to handle for sure as well. Alderain, hi there. So happy to see you. Yeah, this game is something else, man. I keep being surprised about the fact how much I keep learning after spending so much time with this game. I keep learning and learning and learning. It's awesome. The hardest part was for me, though, to get rid of that overwhelmedness by this game. Like, sometimes I have the feeling as if I wasn't good enough to play this or some shit like that. And this feeling is something that's very unique to Factorio. It's quite threatening somehow. Hard to find the correct words for what I'm meaning, but I guess you can get the idea. So let's do this stuff like that. We'll produce water with this process, right? And this is also completely unacceptable what I did there. No, no, no. We can't work like that. Good old complications of pipe networks. Never grows old. So, here we go. Needs to be this compact for reasons that will be obvious in a moment. So, let's connect this like that. Problem solved. Is this a necessary connector? No, then we are going to pack it up and carry it around. So, let's do this like that. Oopsie. And draw that belt over there. So that's why we needed that. Okay, so these things will produce silica and aluminum ore. So we need to pipe off these things. So here goes the silica. Oh gosh, I don't have any underground belts. No. Oh, it's so costly, this stuff, you know. Okay, now. I don't know yet where my aluminum smelting is going to happen, but, well, we're going to get there. So, let's get rid of this back up here. Yeah, let's do this with burner inserters. It's at least a way to get rid of all that fuel in my pocket. Okay. And, well, stone goes on the other side of the road then. Ooh. Yeah, I need to bite that bullet. We can't work out without these anymore. I mean, these things we will get back ultimately. It's just to get these containers empty and then It's going to be dismantled. Okay. So let's look at the real disgusting part. How many inserters? Almost none. Huh. I'm relieved. So here I'm going to work with electric inserters because I don't want to carry electricity to carry fuel to these parts. Okay, now all we lack is the connection to muck. So, well... Before I do this, I want to know where we're going to do the stone washing. I mean, I could create these bad boys here. Just let's try if we can make it neat and nice there. So we're going to need 9 of these guys. I could place down another one here. Probably this is going to work. The only real big question is there enough room to pipe off the zircon? But I'd say absolutely. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay. So, wait a sec. I'm wrong. This is flat out wrong. This doesn't need to exist. This doesn't need to work out like that. If anything, I think this needs coke. But that's another day's topic. So, yeah, we definitely will need a fuel line here. But here, silica and mineral mix, so we don't need anything extra on top of that. So I think I'll take advantage of my starter base situation and just smelter the excess stuff over here. I am somewhat confident about the fact that this will never be... No. These 3 machines don't even remotely produce enough to put this little system here in any pressure, so this should actually work. So let's see. The next part here is this fitting in? And do I get the water system to work like that? But all of these questions should be answerable with a yes. The machines are large enough, so it's not really that much of an issue. Even if we are working in close quarters here. I mean, worst case scenario, I could cut down on these greenhouses because I'm overproducing wood. I don't need that much. I merely was too lazy when I redesigned that part. Not really space efficient? No, I'm not. I'm not working for space efficiency yet. Later. Space efficiency is a characteristic that I'm working on once I prepare blueprints that I want to mass produce. You know, once it's stuff that's supposed to be stamped down to work in large scales, that's when I worry about space efficiency. Right now, I'm pretty sure that I won't build a second of these arrays ever again, because I bet that there will be better methods of doing it. At least that's what I'm expecting. So I agree. Don't get me wrong. This is not really space efficient. I think you mean this part, or well, whatever. Oh, we need to worry about that though. Hope I didn't plan too narrow here, but this should work nevertheless. But let's get a little bit more detailed about that. So this connector doesn't need to be here. It can also be like more there. That would be a way more efficient space for spot for this guy. So I'll also need some fuel on this thing. But this shouldn't be too much of an issue. Ash, hi there. You should have a new computer in about 3 days. Awesome. That's excellent to hear. So... well, we can solve this thing here now differently, and... wait a sec. This is absolutely not necessary here at this point. We can do better by now. So let's take the water from here. Good. That frees up a lot of junk here. So, underground belts. I'll use one here because it's so damn convenient. Okay. So... here, that's the maximum distance, isn't it? Well, let's do this. Is that even possible? No, it's not. Never mind. Let's do a little bit of something like that. Ah, oh, my poor resources, but I need to keep distributing it afterwards. It's either this or lots of underground belt. So. Underground belt is harder to produce. Got plenty of material for a pipe. So, but it looks like I'm going to need it. Because we're not even remotely done. This side here needs water access too. This side, so I have only done the dirt water access so far. So we definitely need to produce a little bit more of that stuff. To put it into friendly words. At least these bad boys already have their piping. So let's see, where do I get that water from? Well... got that crazy janky distributor there. But this one doesn't look necessary anymore. I think here we can probably save a bit. Yep. I mean, once this is done, this is going to produce a lot of material for me. Well, I guess this has to be Endure Dash. So here we go. Now, this is going to be the intake for fuel. Also a necessary evil. Okay, now. Good, we got that. And I want to have the water going from... Let's use this thing here, huh? How about that? Or we're going to make this whole thing a little bit slimmer. Probably slimmer, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, this stuff has to be there. So let's just... something like that. And then I can get rid of all that other stuff there. Redesigning these parts is always for me the hardest. Somehow got a lot of problems with rethinking these pipe systems. I'm always somehow always concerned that something doesn't work anymore if I do something wrong. But I think this here I got it right. So I can now easily install new distributors here. With the only exception that this here will yet again need another underground belt, but there's always something. Belt gymnastics, yeah. Since I don't really know where you left, Ash, I can't really tell what you missed, so sorry to say. Okay. Yay! Look, the machines are going. It's always a wonderful moment. There we go. This might actually work if I'm lucky. So let's build this little thingy here. And you know what? We're going to be cheap here. There we go. So everybody got water now. Now off to the painful question of the inserters. So you will be done with burner inserters. That's easy enough. And I guess for the output, I'll need to bite the bullet and use the yellow ones. There's no real other choice. And that means I need 3 more, but luckily I got a little bit of resource left here. Okay. Well, let's cut this back for now. And we definitely will need power poles here. Okay. The fact that every machine is working is pretty a good one. So now we got to put this on together. This is just a sorting machine, that's all. And now we're going to lead this stuff over. Actually, I can lead it over there. Is that a good spot, or is it not? And wait a sec, this is definitely bad. So, oh yeah, this doesn't work because the input comes from both sides. So we actually got to do a real merger here. There we go. I forgot that I put stuff on two sides of the belt. It's only one. That's it. Doesn't. It doesn't matter. Belt magic. So, do I want to go real fancy or how do we want to put it? So, I need the bricks. I need the bricks in a chemical machine. So the question that is now there, where to produce that stuff. And holy moly, we got a crazy backlog of water. But that's a problem that I'm running around with since a while. So let's see. This was a terrible idea. Stop it right there. It's only confusing me for no good reason. So put that stuff back into the box. Now, or you know what? My inventory is large enough to pick up that box. There we go. So basically, we could go like that. The problem is just where do I put the product? But I think I'm going to go for real costly stuff. The good stuff. Alright, so let's cook up some bricks. And here goes. We're going to put this stuff here. That stuff here. This goes somewhere there, I guess. Just need to select where I'm going to put that chemical machine. And then luckily this compound is small enough to give me an opportunity to do this like that. And then, I need yellow. Okay. Oh, thanks for the reminder, Ash. I needed that one. Factorio features. Keep forgetting that you can configure your inserters on which side if they should output near or far. It's such a great thing. But I mean, it doesn't really matter right now. It would be more work to configure the inserters than construct this little thingy, I guess. Anywho, thanks for the reminder. It's really great. So, now, mineral mix. Created out of stone brick and dissolver. Dissolver comes this way. Stone brick, well, this means we really just need to transport it a very, very short way. So we can actually put this stuff down like that. This is the right ingredient, right? Right. So, well, I'd need it more like up there, but that shouldn't be any issue whatsoever. Oh, let's not cross that line. Don't know if that's still an issue, but I had sometimes issues when I did stuff like that. So there we are. Oh, it needs fuel. Okay, well, we're going to go. I mean, we already went down with expenses, so why stop here? I mean, this is a modern machine after all. It needs modern methods. Okay, so now this is the stuff that we need to produce our ore with. We're almost done. Can't believe it. So this thing will consume 2.25 basic inserters just to input the brick quick enough. Are you kidding me? Ah, but we're only using a third of the capacity of this thing. Right, because I'm only producing like a third of the necessary brick. Now because one of these machines consumes only a third of that. So if I could somehow triple my brick income, I could make this thing a lot more effective. Okay, but that's not the important part for now. That's an important part for later. But if I do increase my brick income in that dimension, well, we'll have to rebuild a lot. Anyways, there. So, anything fun for Easter? Well, I had a surprise Easter package hidden in my flat from my family before my wife went visiting her parents. She hid something here. It was a very, very nice surprise, gotta say. Okay, but well, so far I'm just chilling out, and I'm enjoying every bit of it. Well, I did actually work quite a lot today. For the last 2 days, I was basically just becoming one with Elden Ring, and had a good time with that. So, now, next step, we're going to put all this stuff into another chemical plant, which is being fed by silica. And let's drop that stuff down here. So, basic extraction, there we go. What an unfortunate height, but whatever. So, hooray. That's going to be all the ore we could be wishing for. Now, here goes the output. Here goes the input. Well. Ugh, never mind. We need electric thingies here. Whenever something puts something into the machine, it can't be a burner inserter somehow. Only if the stuff on the belt is a fuel. Then it would work out, but whatever. So, we got this. Now off to color-coded smelting. Oh, this is so complicated. But in a good way. Well, hey, Layla, hi there. Well, Elden Ring is a cool game if you have the hardware to stem it. I really enjoyed myself a lot there so far. But you really got to bring some time. It's that game really it's quite demanding on your get good nerve. That's something you have to accept with that game. I disabled all the other player comments. That was one of the first things that I did. Because that ruins the immersion so hard. So, let's pipe off stone. Zircon. And that's a happy multicolored world. Zircon, iron. The aluminum one will go upstairs. Ooh, it's going to be a complicated thing. Lead and copper. Okay. Let's see, how do we want to do this? I mean, I got a lot of access to all the fuel that I need. Right now, that excess of zircon and stone, I could basically only make landfill out of that. Probably also the right choice. Would also give me a quick and easy solution to the question what to do with these guys. I mean, this is by no means a solution forever, because I think I will need these materials one day sooner or later again. But for the time being, it's a quite nice solution for an uncomfortable issue. So let's go further with that stuff here. So, iron, lead, and copper. So these things are basically only asking for some fuel to give some low capacity smelting action a go. But how do I get that stuff in there? If resources only wouldn't be so much of an issue. So tell me, is that too much for one? No, it's not. It's okay. Let's go for the brute force solution.
You're welcome.
Why not? Thanks for the follow, Evergreen. Happy to hear that. So on the output for the ore stuff, put each inserter into different sites. I should say. What? Ah, here. That should work. That's what you mean. I highly doubt that I have the throughput that's needing that, but oh dear. This is not what I wanted to happen. This is not good. I mean, it's not terrible or anything, but I don't want it to go like that. So for now, let's leave it like that. This is good. This is pretty improvised, but who cares? For now, it works. This is a small-scale operation. I need to make it work with the low amount of resource that I got. And in this regard, I like it. Go. I'm almost out of everything, but we get in there. So now I just need to get this department here going as well. And then we should be fine. Let's put this down like that. So it's been all fine and organized until spaghetti here broke out. But that's okay. The most important part for the time being is I got a place again where I can smelter my stuff. And this time it's actually fully automated. So that's a big step forward compared to where we left off. So, more chocolate. My brain needs more chocolate. Whatever. This should do the trick. Ah, no. Never mind. They can be neighbors, of course, because they... I forgot that the aluminum recipe works differently. There we go. Oh, this needs to be an electric one, though. Those burner inserters still keep confusing me. But fresh iron plates. Yum. Fresh out of the oven. Or something like that. So, here it goes. And this one too. And now it should work out all decently. Until I get a backlog of water. That's the only thing that's going to stop me from here. So, let's put that guy... Here, for example, is an extremely good spot to put the inserter on drop near. Well, it's better organized than before. So... let's go wealthy here. I mean, the worst part about all this, I still don't have the income to put all my products here onto belts, because it's just not enough. I don't produce enough iron, for example, because I'm really unhappy with this, with the fact that every furnace now outputs his final product still in a box, but I don't really see how I will be able to make it better. So here we have a bit of a backlog there. This will just stops once. Put this on the... Oh dear, I forgot. This stuff produces silica as well. They got me there. Okay, well then. Then have it your way. SeaTorio. There we go. Take my finest spaghetti. It's been a nasty move. Okay. So this thing is very fragile. And due to the narrow pacing here, stuff will clog up extremely quickly. But I don't think that this will be a problem. As long as all the containers at the end of the line have room for their stuff. We produce in such low numbers, I can hardly imagine that this will be a problem. The only thing that seems to be a little bit overburdened right now seems to be the aluminum, but that's actually not true. 0.313, how much do we produce here? Not enough. So, well, this will last for a while until the backup of my own, the stuff in my own pockets is being used up there. Oh, well played, SeaTorio, well played. So I can't work like that. I cannot work like this. This stuff has to be run through a splitter first. But let's make use of that fact. And keep it running like that. And we gotta be running it like... Yeah, let's do this. This is madness, but wonderful madness. So... There we go. And this bad boy can just pick up from here. Take that and suck up my spaghetti. Now, all we need to do is to get that stuff over there. So all the silica we accidentally produce will then be rolling back in there. And we're going to use the different drop. So this way, this other line here will go free after a while. And yeah, this should work out. Okay, quite a complicated thing. Wow, I lost track of your talk here. Yeah, well, underground belts cost a lot of material right now. That's why I avoid them wherever I can. And Ash, I don't mind. You know, I get your intentions, and that's what matters. But I think now I have fixed it up all quite well. This is a nice solution. I'm quite happy with that one. When this whole system will grow larger, of course, I'll need to cook up something different. That's absolutely out of question, but for now, I think this will serve me quite well for a pretty long time. This is my first setup that will last me through a while. So this stuff here though looks a little bit bothersome too. Well, this had to happen, huh? There's a percentile chance of stuff dropping here. And while it is statistically even, practically there are always some moments of shortage. Fucks. I guess I could even that out better by lengthening this curve. Like dragging it out a little bit longer and wind it down like that. I think that should most likely help. So, let's do this. But in the end, that's no safety from zircon clogging up the system again. I mean, technically they produce identical amounts of each one, but I somehow don't trust these numbers, you know. But well, can't change it for now. Can only start dropping the stuff into the machines here to get rid of it. But, I mean, even if there is going to be some clogging up here and there, we still have a pretty autonomous production of stuff at this point. Yeah, I thought about the buffer chests too, Ash. I thought about that as well. Yeah, let's do this. This is just painful. So we'll just do this like that. Goes in, goes out. Let's make that drop near. Later I can use loaders for the same job, I guess. So there we go. And more inserters. Hey, Arcade Fire. Happy to see you, man. Hope you're having a good time so far. There we go. I think this is going to be a lot more effective. And whenever anything of this clogs up seriously, I can just still dump it here into the landfill machine. The landfill machine destroys stone quite efficiently. Okay, nice. It's working out. Hey. Or does it? So, I'm not producing enough mineral water anymore, or dirt water. It's dirt water, not mineral water. So, okay, that's an issue that I like to fix. Yeah, Ash, I totally understand you. Yeah. The death of a computer is one of the worst things that could possibly happen to you. So, I feel you, man. I feel you. I need more sand. How to make more sand? Out of stone. Huh. Nifty. Let's do this. Hmm. So I can use the excess stone for more dirt water production. Oopsie. So, well, this is one definite case for an underground belt. So where is my crusher? There we go. Luckily I got the necessary resources for that. Were laptops ever fixable? I felt like laptops were always the pinnacle of, don't get me wrong, throwaway product. In a ways that they are hard to upgrade, you know. So, where can I get sand from else? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I need some extra ingredient. Wood. Eh. Damn. Oh no. That puts my plan on a... Damn. Can I use that sand somewhere, somehow, differently? I mean, we need sand for many different buildings. And for glass. So, this is going to be the construction sand. So, there you have it. Because everything else will be not working out. There we go. At least that stuff is processed. And I still want that stone landfill recipe. Just to have a spot where I can dump the excess stone that I don't need. Okay. Just like that. Well, that sounds horrible. Like, laptops are, for me, something that I actually didn't touch, especially because they are so difficult to upgrade and so prone to overheating and such things. Which is really sad, because a laptop has so many cool advantages, you know, but somehow... also so many disadvantages. Okay, so, tech production. We need more of all these things, so some serious scaling up is necessary. Definitely clearly visible. So basically I'll need to pump up the same stuff here one more time. So how much sand does this thing eat up per second? 1.875. Not too much. So I practically could be just stamping out the same thing one more time. So now the quest for landfill begins. That's not the first time, and I kind of like expected that to happen sooner or later. So let's see. technologically, we're able to create landfill out of silica as well, and sand, landfill out of sand. This is a very effective recipe, but it can be only made in tier 2 assembly machines. Are you kidding me? Damn. I don't have access to these, don't I? No. Yikes, that's a brutal one. Okay, well, it's time to think about expansions. Yeah, I totally understand that, Ash. It was basically the same decision for me when I saw that good laptops were basically costier than good desktops. That kind of like made the decision easy for me. As cool as a laptop with all its mobility might be, there's just like limits for that argument. Okay, now, how the hell do we scale that up? So all this bogus here, that entire clump here is only necessary for keeping this part of the machinery running. Yeah. Let's see, this entire bogus here. This uses up 0.9 units of coal per second. This uses up 1.5 units of coal per second. So we also don't have enough coal production for bringing up a second one of these buddies here. So this will require some serious reworking one more time. Nose. Okay, where's that? Ah, that's why we have that wood on the belt. I was already wondering why on earth do I have so much wood on the belt there? Okay. What can I do now next? Cram up my inventory with stuff. This is a nightmare. And the amount of landfill that I'm producing is really not enough. Not even remotely enough. So, I mean, there's plenty of room still left on the island. But I don't want to build that messy, you know. I know that when I build on that island, it will go messy. Okay. At least I got somewhere with that. So, 7 machines. Let's do it again, I'd say. I see the biggest issue with the coal and the transportation thereof. So I got more than enough heavy oil to do this several times. Great. That's awesome. So I think doubling up on that is the best thing, is my next best shot to upgrade this factory. Well, the channel points, yeah. I really could use somebody who's good at marketing all that stuff and good at making exciting stuff, you know. So, silica production is now not where I needed it. Let's use the endless stockpiles of mine. I mean, this way, this stuff will be at least put to some good use. Well, Steel, I well know that. The problem is just I don't have anything to offer for the work of other people. Always a very, very hard life when you can't pay for the work of other people. For me, at least, that means a lot. So, let's craft some belts. And let's do some sand production. So, well. I mean, at the end of the day, ideally, I'd be just feeding the sand into the same direction here. And just rack up another of these machines. Because there is enough room to make it happen. The stream of wood here, though, is actually quite annoying, and I think I changed that. That wood is necessary for the coke production and the oil production, but except for that, nothing. This needs 0.9 wood per second. So we need 2.4. This is 3. This is 0.233. Let's replace one of that greenhouses. That's better. Not enough. But I can replace them with more efficient greenhouses. So by making the footprint of this thing smaller, this should help a lot. How far am I from non-burner filter machines? I have no clue. I didn't look into the tech tree too much lately. And honestly, I don't mind the burners. Although I do get it, it is a little bit clunky. Let's see. But as a matter of fact, that is an interesting question. How far am I away? Filtration plant. So, steel production. Yeah, no. Not interested. I'm okay with using burner technology for now. So here we are going to replace that with coke. And, oh yeah, that's actually going to be really nice. Except for the fact that I have to dislodge all of that for that. That's the not so nice part, but reworking larger parts of your factory always comes with some sort of pain. But the good news is I can use this belt then for the other part as well, so we're just going to mirror that basically. This way I can use the same infrastructure twice, like that. Steel is such a big thing, yeah. That's why I'm not doing it. I assumed already as much. So there we go. So there's one thing about this whole mod pack which I think you have to give up at some point, and that's keeping track of your water balance. Like, I have literally no clue whether or not my total net water balance is positive or negative, because I have so much backflow, and there you use a fluid again, and I guess what I'm going to do as soon as one of these machines is not going to work anymore because it ran out of water, that I'm going to resupply more water. Until then, I'll just assume that this whole complex has enough water, because everything else I think I'll just go crazy if I'll do it otherwise. Okay, and with this, I already got the necessary infrastructure for more power up on the mud water or dirt water production. So look at that, the numbers are exactly even. Stuff's working out as intended. Lovely. Okay. So I'm slowly producing stuff. Good God, those were only 25 units of landfill. I need more backup here. Also, I want to set up my labs again. It's gonna stay hand-fed labs, because I really don't know how the hell I should bring up automated production of these things. But, well, let's handcraft some. I didn't want to research more until I had set up all these things, but by now I think I did a great job. So let's do this like that. The only thing that I'm going to need to rearrange is this whole coal production. Oh, by the way, I still need to reattach the wood. So wood needs to be there and there. This has to be possible easier. Missing underground belt. Yikes. I hate it when that happens. So let's go underground belt and let's whip up a splitter here. And let's just leave it like that, and this will free up a lot of unnecessary infrastructure here. There we go. And here, we just leave it like that. That's okay, I think. Let's use a burner inserter here. Beautiful. That's a lot of simplification, don't we? Agree on that. Nice. So I'm needing some tea. Disco science. Make science labs light up with the color of the science packs inside. So I'll be right back in a minute, my men. And women, of course. And fetching some tea. Okay, so more handcrafting incoming. Handcrafting intensifies. So I really need to get myself some more landfill production. That does feel familiar. That does feel familiar. Good old seed block vibes. Okay. Yay, science. These are so damn costly. Now the ratios work out. Okay. I guess we could relocate the entire thing here. But that would need some more landfill. And the thing is, this one plant here is not producing sufficient amounts of dirt water. I can bring up more burner filtration plants for coal production without any problems whatsoever. So... gotta find out where, though. There we go. Sand production. And let's get ourselves some more inserters. I didn't forget that, luckily. I love it how easy coal is produced here in this mod, though. It's really cool. I am somewhat afraid that we might have not enough water production now. I might be afraid about that. Hooray! More sand. So we could add in... oh, you little guy, you ran out of power. Let's replace this guy with an electric one. I don't want any parts from here on anymore that can run out of power or need my attention manually or so. I mean, this part was fueled with wood a while ago, so it does perfectly make sense. Okay. We got all these. What's the matter with you? Ah, not enough water. It's happening already. Well. Here. Let's whip up a slow offshore pump and pipe in some more water into the system. Although it could be that we're just hitting the limit of that entire water network. That could also be the case. That would be quite frustrating. But I'm not sure. Yeah, they are. I already got more powerful pumps, I think. So too. Yeah, here. 1250. But honestly, it's only 20 kilowatt. It's really low. So this guy doesn't get water. At least not good enough. Let's see. How much water can one unit of pipe transport per second? I think it was 1,200 or something like that. I mean, if the entire network has to transport more fluid than it can transport, at the end of the day, it's the same like trying to move too many items over a belt. Good night, Ash. Oh, man. I can't feel you. Hay fever sucks. This year so far, I got out lucky. So, back at the home base. So, I'll need another chemical plant. So, I mean, I could whip in more wood here quite easily by replacing these cheap greenhouses with real greenhouses. Let's do this, by the way. Just a little bit, at least. Graphite processing. Landfill. Microelectronics. Or just electronics. Ooh, electronic circuits. Steel processing. Steel needs coke, iron plate, and graphite. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. That's just what I expected behind that. And one of those filtration plants, steel beam, glass, automation core. Yeah. This will be a enormous power up though. Because if I'm not mistaken, these burner machines, I'm pretty sure they have only lowered crafting speeds exactly. So throughput will increase once I get access to these. That's a good sign. So I'm so sad about this. Ah, but I do get it. You can only do this in a tier 2 assembling machine because it needs sand and water. Makes sense. Makes sense. Only tier 2 assembling machines can mix up these materials like that. Still sucks a bit. Anyways, let's research steel. Okay. So if I'd want to have one more of these machines going, we'd need... We'll pull that off. So the entire coke production is something which I'm considering to relay to somewhere completely else. A couple of years ago I had a very, very horrible hay fever year. For me it's not every year is the same. There are bad years and not so bad years. So, therefore, for now I'm really happy that this year hay fever seems to be non-present yet. Don't want to jinx it though. Okay. Oh, I need a little bit more stone for more furnaces. Okay. So, let's say this machine here will be entirely devoted to the production of coal for the dirt water production. And we'll dedicate an entirely new plant just for the coal production for the sake of coke. So let's try that. Let's see. Probably gonna work with long-handed inserters here. We got a water output out of that again. So, this should work, even though it is a little bit resource intense, but little do I care. There we go. How many inserters to output that stuff? 3.6. My goodness. That's insane. We need 4 inserters just to get the coal out of that machine. Crazy. But well, fine. I don't care. Here we go. tiny smelting factory. Oh no, I need power poles. Luckily, most of these things aren't remotely as problematic as they were yesterday. So. Oh gosh, you're kidding me. Damn. There we go. So now we don't need this here anymore. So this thing can now work entirely for that. So inserter-wise, let's see, burner inserters, we need a whole frickin' bunch of 6 of them there. So this machine actually is incapable of feeding itself completely. So this has to be changed as well. So there we go. Poor little machine. Here you go. All your inserters. So we go there. Let's see. So we're going to need water from somewhere. It's not exactly that easy, is it? Well. This is way more complicated than I like it to be, but we'll get past that. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. And now to that water situation. Let's use some more underground belt here. I think that's the easiest solution there. Here we go. Problem solved. And now to the dirt water aspect. Let's output just like there. And connect these bad boys. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, that should have done the trick. Now there should be enough dirt water for the entire complex. Yay! Except for the fact that this little thingy here is running out of power. Which is quite ridiculous, but... here you go, little buddy. Okay. So the next thing to do is to get that production here going better. So here these guys are actually not enough. Each one of these dudes needs 2 inserters instead of 1. Good God. So let's upgrade them greenhouses. I'll need 2 more. Okay. I bet I ran out of glass. Yep. I did. Okay. So hopefully this will lead to a amount of sand which we can work with. And I think I'm done with Factorio for tonight. That's a pretty good spot to leave it at right now. I'm quite happy with the development of things so far. So the next big step, I think, will be to whip up something that's entirely dedicated to produce landfill, because I really think we need more ground to stand on. It's definitely the next big thing to do, especially since I now got a larger amount of dirt water available there. So we got now 750 of that stuff available, so let's do something with that. What kind of emote would I want? That's a very good question. And I'm the last person that is well able to answer that. Something that fits to this channel and this community. The good and vague answer, isn't it? I'll have a think about it, and I'll say goodnight for today. I'm pretty tired myself, and I thank you all for the good and fine company again. You guys are amazing. And happy Easter. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.